A Chicagoland battle in semifinal number 2. Southside Thornwood faces Northside Glenbrook North. The winner goes to the state title game tonight. Next on the IHSA TV network. And we are back at Carver Arena in downtown Peoria. The home team, the Peoria Central Lions, will play for a state championship tonight here in downtown. Who will they play? Will it be Thornwood, the Thunderbirds here for the 3rd straight year? They finished second 2 years ago. Or will it be Glenbrook North taking home their first state trophy? I'm Lee Hall, and here for the call of today's game, Tom Stocker and Bill Hitt. Gentlemen.
All right, Lee, thank you very much. In this final semifinal game, Glenbrook North is in uncharted waters. Their team has never made it this far before. Meanwhile, Bill Hitt, in terms of Thornwood, they feel they have some unfinished business.
Yeah, they've been down here 3 years in a row with the Curry in 2001, got beat in the final game. Last year in the quarterfinals. I think they have a mission.
Take a look at the road to Peoria for both of these two teams. First of all, for the Spartans of Glenbrook North, their road to the Carver Arena here was a sectional semifinal win over Palatine Friend. Then they beat a good Hoffman Estates team for the sectional championship. They out-rebounded Zion Benton by a 2-1 margin in the super sectionals, and they frankly dominated Johnsburg in the quarterfinal round yesterday. As for Thornwood, they ended Hillcrest's 15-game winning streak in the sectional semis, then beat a very good Ridge Central team for the sectional championship, and South Suburban rival St. Lawrence was a victim in the super sectionals. Yesterday, it went right down to the wire when they beat Downers Grove South. For Glenbrook North, really coming on in the road to the Carver Arena here has been Eitan Azarian, 50 points in his last 2 games.
Yeah, you know, Tom, he has just been sensational in the tournament. 23 points super sectional against Zion Benton, 27 last night, singly outscoring Johnsburg in the quarterfinals. He, like all good players, has elevated his game in the tournament. Our other player, Maurice Montgomery from Thornwood, put a dagger in Downers Grove South's heart last night with 3 seconds to go with a big shot. Very versatile athlete, their best defender, leads this team in rebounding, 3rd in scoring, 3rd in assist. And this young man, when asked about it, the big basket last night, said, you know what, I'd rather focus on the game tomorrow. I think that's the mark of a champion.
And a well-coached champion to boot. Now in this ball game, Glenbrook North, maybe a more methodical team than Thornwood. Bill, what do you think the Spartans have to do?
Well, I think the keys for the Spartans tonight are they have to value the basketball. They cannot allow Thornwood to create scoring opportunities off their defense. Another thing Thornwood does so well is dribble drive into the paint and kick out. They can't let the ball in the middle. And they're so active, they have to keep them off the boards.
Meanwhile, for Thorntonville,
Thornwood their key is to pressure the ball, make sure that they keep the ball out of the scorer's hand. They're going to want to stretch the court a little bit, Tom, put pressure in the backcourt, and I wouldn't be so surprised if we didn't see some gimmick defenses from them, a little triangle and 2.
Both these teams had losing streaks during the season, but they wound up turning both teams around, and they get to the semifinals here at Carver Arena. Which one will take on Peoria for the state championship? We're about to find out after we hear from your network sponsors. Back at Carver Arena, we're getting set for the semifinal battle between Glenbrook North and Thornwood. The North Suburban Spartans against the South Suburban Thunderbirds. We're about set to meet both the teams here in the semifinal game as we turn it over to arena announcer Paul Herzog.
Good afternoon, basketball fans. On behalf of the Illinois High School Association and the city of Peoria, welcome to Carver Arena for the original March Madness. Semifinal game today will feature the Glenbrook North Spartans 23-8 and the South Holland Thornwood Thunderbirds 26-5. Let's meet the starting lineups. At a guard for Thornwood, for Glenbrook North, a 6'5" freshman, 23, John Shire. At a guard for Thornwood, a 5'9" senior, 23, Jeremy Allison. At a guard for the Spartans, a 5'10" senior, 24, Sean Emmerich. At a guard for the Thunderbirds, a 6'1" senior, 24, Eric Gray. At a forward for Glenbrook North, 6'6" senior, 34, Eitan Azaria. A third guard for Thornwood, a 6'3" senior, 32, Maurice Montgomery. At center for the Spartans, 6'5" senior, 44, Eric Wolowitz. At a forward for the Thunderbirds, a 6'3" junior, 33, Andre Muse. The other forward for Glenbrook North, the 6'4" senior, 50, Sam Horlick. And the other forward for Thornwood, a 6'3" junior, 40, Martell Nelson. Head coach in 8 years at Glenbrook North, a record of 128-91, is David Weber. Head coach in his first year at Thornwood, a record of 26-5, Bob Curran. No other state in America can claim the rich history and tradition
in this semifinal battle between the Spartans and the Thunderbirds. Glenbrook North, very balanced offense. Azaria and Horlick at the forwards. Wolowitz, who really does a lot of banging inside, and the guards Shire and Emmerich. Meanwhile, you've got Montgomery and Muse along with Liggins at center, and the guards are Allison and Gray. And to present the ceremonial basketball, Jim Garner, Senior Vice President of Multi-Ad Services here in Peoria. They print the game program. They're a big supporter of high school sports here in Illinois, Multi-Ad Services. So we're going to have a ceremonial handing of the basketball, and the officials for this game, Greg Burton, Ken Shell, and Terry Murphy. All right, who's going to take on Peoria tonight in the championship game? We will find out in 4 quarters of basketball. The tap to the Thunderbirds as Eric Gray sets up shop for Thornwood. That's Jeremy Allison out by the center circle. And a man-to-man defense right now for Glenbrook North.
Yeah, Tom, they're going to play probably several different defenses before the day is over. Thornwood does a nice job of spreading the court, and the strength of their offense is to spread the court and look for seams in the defense. But they want to get in the paint, and they want to look to kick the ball to their shooters.
Jeremy Allison missing the first shot of the game, and the rebound to the point guard Sean Emmerich for the Spartans.
You know, he's a big key today. He's going to be faced with a lot of pressure. He's going to have to handle that ball well.
Emmerich works it out front, and that's the freshman John Shire, and he has been an amazing story this year for Glenbrook North. Not too many teams get here led by a freshman. Azaria misses his first try, although it was better than his first try yesterday. He still went on to score 27. Thornwood trying to break, and we've got a held ball inside, and the alternate possession arrow will give it over to Glenbrook North. And our officials have to correct it. Ronnie Jones, Demetrius Randall, and Jim Sullivan. Now I can expect my Christmas card from them. Lobbed inside. They deny that lob, looking for Wolowitz. And here is Thornwood on the break. Jermaine Allison all the way to the hoop. No. Follow-up good for Maurice Montgomery, who averages 9 points a game.
On that one play, we saw the 2 things Glenbrook has to worry about. One is turnovers and transition scoring attempts, and 2, boxing out the very active rebounders of Thornwood. They have to get their body on them.
Shire trying to take it down low, working against Gray. Now to Emmerich on the wing. He works off the screen set by Wallowitz. And peeling off to get that pass, Sam Horlick. Shire off the screen. It rims off. Shire was 1 for 10 yesterday, but he did a lot of other things to help Glenbrook North win the basketball game. Jeremy Allison as they set up the half-court offense. They get it down low on the block. Martell Nelson. The shot won't go, but he drew the foul. And it looks like he'll be going to the line with the first foul going to Eric Wallowitz.
They ran just a little simple cross screen. He came hard to the block and did a great job of establishing position. Defensively, you got to keep your body on him and get him away from that spot.
Martell Nelson averaging 4.7 points a game after yesterday. He scored 6 points and led Thornwood with 11 rebounds. The other victory over Downers Grove South. He misses the first free throw and comes away empty-handed. It's a 2-0 Thornwood lead. Horlick getting it down inside. It was off the hands of Wallowitz. He thought it may have been deflected on the baseline by Montgomery, but it'll be Thunderbirds basketball.
I think they're going to correct this. Nope.
No.
Glenbrook North has not had a real good look at the basket in the first couple minutes. Part of that is the pressure of the man-to-man from Thornwood. The other part, just a little impatient. They do such a good job running sets. They're going to have to be a little bit more patient.
Gray can hit those NBA threes, but not that one. Shire gets the long rebound. Now Emmerich working the sidelines for the Spartans. A little shake and bake from Emmerich, but he can't gain an advantage on Allison. Shire works off the screen, which peels off Gray. Horlick off the pick and roll, missed the easy one inside. Follow-up good for Eric Wallowitz. He gets his first two.
That's exactly what Shire does so well. They set a high screen. He gets himself into the paint. He passes very well. Should have had an assist, but missed the bunny.
Best laid plans. On the drive, Maurice Montgomery in the paint. It comes down, an air ball, and Shire comes up off the deck with a basketball. While Shire was 1 for 10 yesterday, he still hauled down 13 rebounds. Emmerich. Now Azaria from the head of the key, and he's missed his first two, and the offensive rebound tapped away from Wallowitz, and here come the Thunderbirds. Eric Gray jumps it over into the corner to Andre Muse. Muse on the drive, can't gain an edge there. Good defense by Azaria. Out front, they'll reset the offense. Jeremy Allison over on the wing to Muse. This is Montgomery. Montgomery pass inside, looking for Nelson. Tipped out of bounds. It'll still be Thunderbirds basketball. This IHSA broadcast is brought to you by Country Insurance and Financial Services. Real people, real answers, real quick.
Well, this year we're more focused. We're not satisfied with getting down here. We're trying to take some more wins and just win it all.
Yeah, just to paraphrase Al Davis, just win it all, baby. Take a look at the location of these two schools. From Northbrook is the home of Glenbrook North of the Central Suburban North, and the Thornwood Thunderbirds in South Holland from Masika East. Take a look at some of the facts about our two hometowns. Northbrook, 35,000 plus. South Holland, 22,000 population, both in Cook County, and enrollments rather equal. And there are the two conference affiliations. The winner meets Peoria Central tonight in the championship game. The loser will play Evanston in the consolation game, the game for third place. Everybody who plays today comes away with some hardware.
Well, this first quarter has shown us probably what we expected, although both teams have not shot the ball well. But we're looking at Thornwood, aggressive man-to-man. Glenbrook trying to get into their offense and run a pattern against it.
Off the inbounds play now. The Spartans working off the zone.
they run this little matchup, and if they can, they'll find an opportunity to trap in different corners. They were very successful with this in the super sectional victory against Zion Benton. Really turned the game.
And second half, that zone really did. But hitting the three, Eric Gray, his first of the game, his 77th of the year. He averages nearly 17 points a game.
Both of these teams shoot the ball well from 3 points, both almost around 40%. You can't give them those kind of open looks, no matter what defense you're in.
Azaria, the ball knocked away from him, a reach around foul to Andre Muse. He gets his first, and that is the first team foul on the Thunderbirds.
It wouldn't surprise me if we saw several different players guarding him or attempting to guard Azaria.
Thornwood, second in three-point field goal percentage among the finals at 38%, third in free throws. Both teams shoot free throws very, very well, along with shooting from outside the arc. Off the screen, Shire, but he kicks it back to Eitan Azaria, native of Israel. Shire stays with it, came up short, got it back, and he scores.
You know, both of their baskets have come on putbacks, and that's a good sign if you're Coach Weber. You know that the shooting's going to come, but aggressiveness going to the glass, you like to see that.
They own the boards. They out-rebounded Zion Benton 32-15 in the super sectionals. They have to rebound well to be successful. Muse gets it out front to Montgomery. And now they're staying back in that zone again.
No, they're just a real passive time, a real passive man-to-man.
Passive man.
They're trying to keep them out of the middle, and they're doing that by sagging.
And it falls off. It won't go in for Cordell Liggins, and it'll be a held ball. The alternate possession arrow will give it to Thornwood. Sam Horlick checks back in for Glenbrook North.
You know, I think we will see the Spartans go to a zone, but the first time they tried it, they had just way too easy a look, and I think Coach Weber probably will want to make an adjustment before we see that zone again.
Andre Muse gets it back from Jeremy Allison. A 5-4 Thornwood lead. First quarter action under 2 minutes. What it's doing right now, this zone, is, at least for Glenbrook North, it's slowing Thornwood down. But Thornwood's going to try to bust it. Gray couldn't do it there. Offensive rebound. The shot missed inside for Muse, and it's tipped in.
Just great effort on the part of Thornwood going to the glass, staying with that rebound.
Cordell Liggins getting his first two. A 7-4 lead for Thornwood. Shire sends it down low to Horlick. And they get it back on the perimeter now to Emmerich.
Thornwood has done a very, very good job so far in this quarter of help and recover, stopping penetration, but finding their man.
Shire had a good look, but a bit strong on the shot. And Cordell Liggins, who had his breakout game in the win over Hillcrest, came away with the rebound. As we're under a minute, and again, no shot clock in high school basketball, so Thornwood likely going for the last shot.
And I think we're going to look for any one of three players to have the ball in the middle of their hand. Montgomery, Allison, or Gray, looking for some kind of penetration, and then if they can get to the glass, get to the glass. If not, they're going to kick it out.
My money's on Gray.
Well,
just to feel it. We'll find out who the real coach is here.
Since Maurice Montgomery has the ball and hit that killer shot last night in the quarterfinals, I'm going to take him.
7 seconds. He's going to try to repeat what he did yesterday. But good defense there from Dawson. From the head of the key, it's short. No good for Muse. And I'll keep my day job. We've reached the end of the first quarter. After one quarter, Thornwood leads 7-4. We hear now from your local stations. Getting ready for second quarter action in this semifinal battle between Thornwood and Glenbrook North. The winner meets Peoria Central in the championship game tonight. There is Eitan Azaria. And you take a look, he's the first player to outscore the opposing team in a state tournament game since 1975, when Bruce Vanderschaff of Elmhurst Timothy Christian had 19 in their 30-point win over Riverdale Port Byron.
The story of the quarter so far is the fact that he's only gotten 2 shots off, that and a third one right there. They just need to make sure that he gets the ball. They're going to run some screens for him right now. Credit Thornwood. They've done a great job defensively, making him uncomfortable when he receives the pass.
Thornwood with the ball on a 7-point lead as Jeremy Allison with Emmerich right alongside. Bounces it back out to Gray, and they skip it over the top to Montgomery. Muse driving on his area, and a hand check foul is going to be called on the Glenbrook North Spartan, Eitan Azaria, who gets his first foul.
You know, Thornwood just a step quicker off the dribble, and they're looking for seams, looking again if they can get it to the paint or to the glass. If not, they're going to kick it out to their shooters.
Just the second foul for Glenbrook North. We've had only 3 fouls whistled thus far in the game. Montgomery trying to get a step on Horlick. Finds Gray, or correction, Andre Muse over on the wing. Montgomery. Going down to the baseline, Montgomery, the fadeaway, rims across. And the rebound saved off of Emmerich and gathered in by Liggins. Driving the baseline, Gray, the one-hander, no. In the lane, offensive board, way short for Muse. And it's put back up and in. And we've got a foul as well. The bucket will count, and the foul to Wallowitz, his second.
Just strongly going to the boards on that, to get two or three different attempts, finally just get a strong putback. They're so active on the glass, Tom, that you have to make sure not only do you box them off, that you find them quickly to get your body on them.
Brendan Gilmore, a 5'9" senior, comes in at a guard for the Spartans. Dan Dawson, the 6'7" junior, returns to the lineup. And the free throw is good for Liggins. He's got 5.
This could be a big thing for Glenbrook North. Emmerich went out with it looks like a sprained ankle. They need him on the court.
Azaria on the wing over to Horlick. Off the screen, Shire is open, shooting, hitting.
Well, that was a confidence booster for not only Glenbrook but for the freshman. He struggled in that quarterfinal with a shot.
Shire with 2 buckets already. Shire was 1 of 2 from 3-point range in yesterday's semifinal. Down on the wing, Jeremy Allison works against Gilmore. Now hands it off to Muse. A 3-point lead for the Thunderbirds. The battle of the Chicago suburbs here. The North against the South. The East against Central Suburban. Montgomery. All this outside the perimeter for Thornwood. They're looking, though, for that entry pass.
They're looking for the pass and the dribble.
Gray turned aside by the strong defense of Shire. Allison inside, throws it up, but no, kicks it back out to Montgomery. Shot off the iron, no good. And in the battle for the rebound, a foul and crashing the boards. And picking up the foul for Thornwood will be Cordell Liggins, his first, the second for the Thunderbirds.
On that last transition, they just were a little bit slow finding their man. I think they've got to do a better job of that when they come down.
Lante Ward and Darnell Westbrook check in, both 16-year-old sophomores. Thornwood, after suffering heavy graduation losses a year ago, didn't rebuild, they reloaded. Down by 3, Spartans with the ball. Horlick covered by Westbrook. As Dawson hands it off to Gilmore. Azaria looking for his first points yet of the basketball game with 3 minutes gone in the second quarter. Shire, not shy about going down the middle, but can't get it to go. On the break, Lonte Ward. Over to Montgomery, who won't go, but it is a foul on Dawson. He got Dawson in midair and drew the contact.
Great bust out there. Probably not a good shot attempt by Shire, and then you don't have your people in position to transition to defense. That's how he got to the glass.
So Maurice Montgomery returns to the line. 2 points for Montgomery. He had the biggest 2 of the game yesterday for Thornwood and getting the game's last shot. And they defeated a pesky and valiant Downers Grove South team, the team that conquered West Aurora in the sectionals. First free throw no good for Montgomery, who's normally a pretty good free throw shooter at 74%.
Tom, we've seen a number of shots in the past. That's one of them.
We've got a timeout on the floor, just under 5 minutes remaining. We'll be back after we hear from your network sponsors.
I think we started to gel together towards the end of the season. We played our last regular season game against Highland Park, and Coach talked about we got to move the ball around. We're being too selfish, so we've been working a lot on moving the ball around, getting the best shot available, and I think we started rolling in the playoffs. We just got win after win, and hopefully things keep going for us.
What he's talking about, they had back-to-back losses late February to Niles West and Niles North. They held a team meeting on Monday where Coach Dave Weber defined their roles and said some things some players didn't like and said, listen, John Shire's a freshman. He's gotten us here. You're going to have to live with this freshman mistakes. And he's done a good job getting them, and the whole team has adjusted and have learned to play their roles, and it's paid off with a trip to the semifinals. Azaria is shy, and he is still without a point, but a foul is called, and Azaria will go to the free throw line.
You know, Tom, he went up strong on that. It was good to see. The last 3 or 4 times they got him the ball, and he looked hesitant to shoot it, and he can't be. He's got to be ruthless. He's got to get that ball and put it up. They look to him to score.
Azaria gets his first point of the basketball game on the free throw. He's an 82% free throw shooter. And he gets both of them. 2-point ball game. Thornwood with the ball, leading 11-9. Maurice Montgomery one-hands it over to Cordell Liggins. Gray, nice ball fake. Bounce pass a little too hard inside. Liggins has to retreat back outside and regroup. Gray driving the baseline. Kicks it off on the wing. Westbrook. It won't go. And the rebound, Shire.
Great backside rebounding position by the freshman on that one. Stood his ground, not real big, able to keep him off.
Already his 5th rebound of the basketball game. And now he'll work the point along with Eitan Azaria. Azaria was relying a little too much on the outside shot earlier this year, and Dave Weber wanted him to concentrate on going to the hoop more. He works off the shooting for 3. Got it.
Great high screen. He read the switch. Just stepped back, kind of a fade move, and drilled it.
Glenbrook North's first lead of the game going inside, and it's waved off as Lonte Ward foul going to the hoop. The foul goes to Brendan Gilmore. These two teams have faced a couple of common opponents. New Trier, Glenbrook North losing, and Thornwood losing as well to Rick Malnati's team, while Chicago Young beat Glenbrook North in the Proviso West tournament. Those were also back-to-back, by the way, for Glenbrook North at Proviso West. But he still felt it was a great experience because they don't normally face teams like that in their Central Suburban Conference. And scheduling those games along with a game at Loyola University against Notre Dame also helped them get there. And walking with the basketball, Eric Gray, an unforced turnover.
You know, I think one of the keys so far, Glenbrook North, with Emmerich out of the ball game, doesn't seem to have lost a lot offensively. Down the line, if he's not able to play, I think it's going to be kind of tough for Gilmore to play as many minutes as he'll need to.
Shire shooting an air ball on the 3. He's now 2 of 7 from the field. Checking in now for Thornwood is Lorenzo Williams. It was tipped. Apparently the shot was tipped. It'll be Glenbrook North basketball. Off the screen, Azaria hitting another 3, and that's not good news for Thornwood if he finds his shot.
Not at all. That out-of-bounds play has created a number of baskets for them in the 3 ball games that we've seen. Just a high screen out of bounds.
And a 3 for Andre Muse, his first bucket of the game.
That was a big basket. They needed that, a little bit of a run. Muse not necessarily their outside threat, but got his feet planted, had a good look.
Shire on the move. Found the outlet pass to Azaria, who's got 8 of the Spartans' 15 points thus far. 2.5 minutes for the first half. Well, you see a lot of screens. You see a lot of motion in this offense for the Spartans. And you can see they're very well schooled in a very patient motion offense of Dave Weber.
What they really like to do is set a high screen. Azaria's favorite spot really is at the top. And then if they make a defensive mistake, he's really good at seeing inside to the big men.
Azaria in trouble, but gets the outlet pass as we're now under 2 minutes. Shire shooting the 3. Got it.
That was about as good a possession if you're Glenbrook North that you can have. Very, very patient, looking for their shot, not settling for something that's not a good shot.
The runner in the lane, no good for Jeremy Allison in the rebound. One of the shortest guys out there, Brendan Gilmore.
He's played some good minutes for them down here, and you know, if he's going to have to play more, that'll be a key in this game.
Azaria looking inside, now looking for some options. Gilmore as the Spartans lead by 4. Azaria, the soft touch as it finds its way home. He's got 10 of the 20 points for the Spartans.
You know, you get that first shot to go down, and then all of a sudden the basket starts looking about twice as big as it normally does for the shooters.
Andre Muse missing the 3, and strong rebounding again. John Shire, he just picked up his 6th. Biggest lead of the game for Glenbrook North, a 6-point advantage. They trailed by as many as 6 early at 10-4, and a hand check foul called to Lorenzo Williams, his first. Number 4 team foul wise on the Thunderbirds.
Thornwood just does such a great job of coming at you. They play a deep bench, very, very quick. They're good defending the ball, and they're great help side defenders. That Glenbrook North is going to really have to be smart with what they do and be careful with the basketball.
Glenbrook North in the Elite 8 for the 4th time, but for the first time they've made it to the Final 4. That pass tipped away, and the Thunderbirds come away with the steal. And the turnover, here comes Jeremy Allison. Now Montgomery, who came in at the last whistle. Andre Muse. They're going to play for the last shot of the half as we're under 20 seconds here at Carver Arena.
What they do on this time is they look for a matchup that they like. They look for someone that they think can beat their man off the dribble.
Here is Allison with 5 seconds. Out of the corner, Andre Muse. Got it. It counts. He's fouled with 2.9 seconds on the clock, and he'll have a chance for a 4-point play.
Well, you take a look at it. You have the dribble penetration, trying to beat his man off the dribble, and he knows where the shooter is. Up he goes. Basket. Chance for a 4-point play.
Dawson got the foul. Muse, his second 3-pointer of the game. He's a 76% foul shooter. He completes the 4-point play. That's huge. It makes it a 2-point ball game. But what a big swing there.
Big swing. You have the ball, you're coming down, you want to take the last shot, turn the ball over, and you give 4 points on one play.
Now both coaches platooning here with 2.9 seconds left. Shire got it off late and missed it. We're at the half in a very, very tight semifinal game. A seesaw first half that saw both teams holding leads of 6. Thornwood led 10-4. And then after trailing 11-7, Glenbrook North came on to build a 20-14 lead. Both teams have had good stretches in the first half, and a dynamite second half should be coming up. Let's send it over now to our courtside colleague, Lee Hall.
All right, Tom, thanks a lot. Dave Weber, not the way you want to go into a half.
No, that last possession really hurt us. You know, we had 41 seconds left, and we needed to take care of the ball there. And you get caught, you don't know whether to attack or not. And they're pretty quick and athletic, and we threw the ball away and made a bad foul. But we're in good shape. I think we're in good shape right now.
Pretty good defensive efforts first half.
Yeah, it's a great defensive effort, and I know they're going to pick the pace up in the second half. So we'll be ready for that. We have to be ready for that.
Good luck second half, Coach.
Thank you.
All right, back to you, Tom.
Back with halftime from Carver Arena after we hear from your local sponsors.
Welcome back to Carver Arena in downtown Peoria. Glenbrook North enjoying the 2-point lead over Thornwood here at the break, 20-18. I'm Lee Hall. Welcome back to my hometown, downtown Peoria. Glad to have you here. And we are joined here at the half by Ryan Kuro. What year are you at Western, Ryan?
A senior.
You are a senior at Western Illinois University by way of Schaumburg, former state champions. You do color commentary on the radio, and you've been blind since birth, is that right?
That is correct.
Tell me about doing color commentary on the radio when you can't see what's going on. People think, how does a guy do that?
I have the media guides and the game notes in Braille. I broke that information into my own game notes. I also feed off the play-by-play announcer.
Tell me about, you've been getting a lot of recognition, a lot of publicity lately. We saw an article on you here in the local newspaper, the Peoria Journal-Star. We saw you in the sporting news. Dave Kindred did an article on you. How do you react to all that, all this attention you've been getting?
It's an honor. I mean, it wouldn't be a story without the fact mentioning that I'm blind, but I don't see it as any sort of big deal, considering things that are going on. And certainly I'm just doing what I love, and Schaumburg, look forward to having them back here soon.
How did you get started doing this?
I love it. I just love radio, and ever since I was a little kid, I started collecting the old radio shows and getting into sports in high school, and followed every event at Schaumburg High School and everywhere else around, and have continued to do so in college. And I still love this tournament and every other state tournament. Go to as many as I can.
What are your hopes? Do you, is this something you want to do professionally?
Yes, I do. I want to do this tournament, do the NCAA tournament, and do pretty much anything else I can get my hands into, sports or non-sports related.
Well, great.
Radio and television.
You're trying to take my gig, aren't you?
Never.
That's a good answer, my friend. Good answer. Tell me what you think about the tournament so far. What can you tell folks at home about this tournament? What have you learned being here?
If you're not here, you're missing it, so get your butt down here.
Watch your language, boy. Brian Kuro trying to take my job and using questionable language here.
Mater is up by 2 right now, so go GBN in this game.
Your dad's alma mater?
Yeah, 1968 grad of Glenbrook North.
All right, now when you're in the media, you have to be, you can't take sides. You can't root for one team over the other. Go Peoria Central. I can't say things like that.
Well, that's all right.
Ryan, I think you're going to be here taking my job someday, and I'll be glad to hand it over to you.
Thank you.
All right, Ryan Curro of Western Illinois University Radio. A pleasure to meet you, my friend.
Pleasure to meet you too, sir.
All right, good luck to you. We'll be back with more March Madness from downtown Peoria after these local messages. Don't go away.
At halftime, Glenbrook North with a tight 2-point lead over the Thunderbirds of Thornwood in our semifinal action. Back here in that first half, you know, yesterday, Bill, we saw a last-second shot, a big three-pointer spark Evanston in their victory over Belleville West. Could the same thing happen for Thornwood on that 4-point play?
Oh, absolutely. That's such a momentum changer. You have Glenbrook North playing so well in that second quarter, coming down with the ball, 40 seconds to go. They need a good possession. Instead, it ends up in a 4-point play right at the buzzer.
Let's take a look at the first half stats for these two ball clubs, and you take a look at the shooting. Not totally outstanding. 29% for Thornwood, 44% for Glenbrook North. Not a lot of free throws. Anything that stands out? Thornwood with the rebounding edge.
No, nothing that jumps out at you. I think Glenbrook North shot the ball significantly better in the second quarter than they did in the first quarter. And I think if you look at the turnovers, Glenbrook North's got to be pleased with only 3. Everything else has been just about as even as the score. I think one thing that's a little bit unique is for Thornwood, you got to believe that Jeremy Allison and Eric Gray are going to get just more looks, only 3 points between them.
And they're 1 for 7 from the field. Meanwhile, the leader is Muse with 7. But of all 18 points, it's been a 2-man scoring show for Glenbrook North. And frankly, they're going to need somebody else to step forward as well. You're not going to be able to win with just 2 guys scoring.
No, Glenbrook North has done a good job in all of their tournament games of bringing the defense to them and then finding the open big men. Right now, I think Thornwood is just a step quicker, and they're not able to make that pass off.
Back with highlights and more from Peoria after we hear from your local stations. Welcome back. Glenbrook North a 2-point lead over Thornwood with the third quarter right around the corner. Let's take a look at action from the first half. And early, it was the Thornwood ball club with an early 6-point lead, helped by Maurice Montgomery. And then coming back, Wallowitz got the nice inside feed. That's what Glenbrook likes to do.
And just fought on the putback. They had a couple early. We see a good move to the basket, and then just staying strong with a rebound. Cordell Liggins with the putback.
Now Azaria struggled early, but there he got one nicely to fall with the shooter's touch as he has 10 of their 18. And then closing it out as we take a look for Thornwood, Andre Muse with that big 4-point play.
Absolutely.
The play that may turn it all around for Thornwood, as they could have very easily gone into halftime trailing by 6. Now let's send it over to our colleague Lee Hall.
All right, Tom, thanks a lot. We're with Bob Curran, coach, an early lead and a big lift going into the locker room. What did you tell your team at the half?
Yeah, that we're fortunate only being down 2. They had the ball and could have went for one shot, and we came up to steal, and then we came down and hit a big shot, Andre Muse, and 4-point play, and I think we have the basketball, so that could be a turning point. But they're defending us real well, and we just need to be willing to play this kind of style and just do it better than them.
Will you try and change tempo, or will you play that style?
No, you know what? We can play different styles. So I think when you get into trying to change tempo too much, then you start forcing things. So we're just going to try and get stops and go down and execute on offense.
Good luck second half, coach.
Thank you.
All right, thanks. Back to you, Tom.
All right, Lee, coming up the second half, and a chance for one of these two teams to go to the finals. First, we'll hear from our network sponsors. Special thanks also to 3 Fat Guys Pizza in East Peoria. They've been providing lunch for our very hungry crew. Their menu includes great pizza, sandwiches, a whole bunch of appetizers. 3 Fat Guys Pizza, a great friend of the IHSA television network, and also helping out feed our crew that's been working so hard and providing you great pictures. Kelleher's Irish Pub and Eatery. Great food on the Peoria riverfront. Sharon Bagara. All right, third quarter about to start. A 2-point ball game.
Well, Glenbrook North is starting Sean Emmerich, who turned his ankle in that second quarter. It'll be interesting to see how mobile he is. Thornwood is so quick that he'll have to be at his best.
On the wing is Allison, and into the corner they find Nelson. They got the starting 5 out there for the Thunderbirds as Eric Gray will reset the half court, very closely guarded by Shire. Give and go, and they dish it back out front. Ooh, nice move by Allison, and he hits the bucket.
Nice penetration. Didn't have a shot, knew where the shooter was. Kick out.
Tie ball game in the first minute of the third quarter. John Shire throws it all the way out front for Emmerich, and they leave him open, and he makes him pay. Emmerich's first 2 of the game, I should say first 3 of the game. He hit his 26th three-pointer.
Yeah, you know, he can do that. I guess the ankle's okay.
Had great balance on that shot, and that had to be a big confidence builder for him too. Coming up shooting from the corner and missing is Andre Muse, and the rebound to Glenbrook North.
You know, both of these teams offensively do very similar things. They like to set staggered high screens and get their shooters open coming across the top.
Azaria wild off the move. The follow-up no good for Wallowitz. And the Thunderbirds, nice save deep in the baseline there by Gregg. And now he'll bring it to the action end for the Thunderbirds.
Martell Nelson is just a load on the boards. He's a great rebounder.
Great no-look pass down to Nelson, and he gets his first 2, averaging just under 5 a game.
Nice pass and a good finish.
1-point lead for Glenbrook North. Down on the block. They kick it right back out front. Eitan Azarian. Sam Horlick. Emmerich over now to John Shire. Emmerich went in, ball came out of his hand, and it was tipped out of bounds by Thornwood. I was watching Thornwood bring that defense out higher as the Spartans worked the perimeter.
Yeah, it's very difficult to defend teams that do that quick little stagger screen.
Missing the turnaround was Azaria, but he was fouled before the shot. And the foul will be charged to Andre Muse. His second, first for Thornwood. Both teams had leads of 6 points in the first half. Emmerich skips it over the top where he finds an open John Shire. Rims off. Offensive rebound as Wallowitz had it for a moment, tipped away, but saved by the Spartans. And as Emmerich took it inside, he's fouled down low. I believe that was Nelson.
Glenbrook North just showed us their third variation of a theme on an out-of-bounds play. Got a great look by rotating the ball, skipping it across the defense.
And it's now a 3-point lead at 25-22.
You know, just a defensive mistake. That might be one of the very first mental mistakes either team has made.
A very solid game, technically, for both schools so far. Oh, slipping was Nelson, but it didn't pick up the pivot foot. Nice ball fake by Gray, the one-hander, short. Offensive rebound for Wallowitz.
You know, I think Thornwood has to find a way to get Eric Gray more involved in the offense. Nice step and drive by Schuyler. The freshman just brought the ball down. They found a little crack in the defense. He goes strong, gets a little roll.
Great baseline drive from the freshman as Shire now with 10, and it's a 5-point lead. That shot rims off, the rebound off several fingertips before it winds up with Eric Wallowitz. 4.5 minutes for the third quarter. And a chance for Glenbrook North to get its biggest lead of the game. Run Emmerich.
Going to see some staggered screens coming up here.
Here's Azaria from the wing, short, and the position there for Wallowitz, and he went over the back and got the foul.
Martell Nelson did a very nice job there, keeping his body in between Wallowitz and the basket. Got a good rebound opportunity.
Timeout on the floor with just over 4 minutes to go. The Spartans by 5 as we hear from your local stations.
And we're back at Carver Arena, downtown Peoria. Glenbrook North, the 27-22 lead over Thornwood. John Shire is the freshman star for the Spartans. These are his very nervous folks. Jim and Lori. Lori, you say you're nervous and Jim's steady. Is that right?
That's right. I'm the one jumping and screaming, and he just sits there with his hands on his chin and calm as can be.
Now, you had to hand off your cell phone. You guys are giving scoring updates. Is that right, across the country?
We've got people everywhere that have been fans following us that are away that are checking in.
Now, I know, has this been kind of an unlikely run for your team?
Oh, yeah, definitely. But they actually have played really well all year. The coaching staff has been great. The seniors have really accepted Jonathan and played so well. So, you know, it's certainly unexpected, but, you know, we were hoping.
I remember when I was 165 pounds. I don't think I was ever that skinny, though. Do you worry about him out there, Mom, banging up against these big guys?
Absolutely. I feed him as much as I can. He eats all day long. He's not putting on the pounds, but it'll come.
Tell me about his last night. Didn't have a good shooting night. Did you get a chance to talk to him at all and give him encouragement for today?
Yeah, and he understood. You know, sometimes it goes and sometimes it doesn't. He was thrilled to be in the position, and he knew he had to do other things last night as well to contribute. All
right, back to the phones and back to worrying for you guys. Good luck to you. All right, Tom, back to you.
The nervous moms and dads. Oh, I tell you, and there's plenty of them here all weekend long. The foul, by the way, charged on Andre Muse, who just got his third, and it's the third for the Thunderbirds in the second half. A 3-point Glenbrook North lead as Emmerich gets it inbounds to Shire. As he tried to spin to the baseline, he was held and fouled on the line by Eric Gray, and he just got his third. You know, we talked earlier about the moment of truth during the season late in the year for Glenbrook North, but for Thornwood, I mean, Coach Curran said at one point, we were 14-0, and I still wasn't happy with what was going on because he just didn't sense the team was playing as a unit. They went through a 4-game losing streak. Down inside, forcing up the shot was Nelson, and he drew the contact in the foul and should likely be going to the line. And of course, also there were the 2 suspensions served by Eric Gray, which also contributed to that 4-game losing streak. But Gray came out of it saying, I have a better understanding now of what this is all about and a better attitude, and they depend on him.
You know, most teams, it's a long basketball season for boys high school, and most teams, most coaches, most players will find that there's an ebb and flow to it. And what you want is you want to make those down periods as short as you can, make sure that the up periods are as long as possible, and that's what both of these teams have done this year.
2-point ball game as Nelson hit 1 out of 2. Under 3 minutes for the third quarter. Coming up with a loose ball nicely is Azaria. Shire found himself in trouble. Emmerich posting it down low to Dawson, who's playing now with 3 fouls. Rejected by Martell Nelson and saved with a great leaping effort by Gray. Wow. But quickly back defensively are the Spartans. Down inside, layup goes for Martell Nelson. He's got 7 all in this half.
Eric Gray has just made 2 great plays in a row on transition. You see him penetrate, find Martell Nelson, and Nelson goes strong to the basket. You know, Eric Gray's a great scorer. He's having a lot of trouble getting the ball in the basket today, but what he has done is he's decided he's going to distribute, and he has really found a weakness in the Glenbrook North transition defense.
Dawson had picked up his 4th. It's a 1-point lead for Thornwood. Shire, little head and shoulder fake. The leaner in the lane rims off. Offensive rebound for Horlick. Much more aggressive defensive now for Thornwood. Really tight in this man-to-man.
You know, you see a lot of bumping, a lot of talking on switches.
Emmerich nails the 3, his 2nd of the game, and he's got 6. And it's a 2-point lead for the Spartans.
We've lost the shoe.
Somebody threw a shoe. That's Gray.
They're looking to take advantage of that 5-on-4. That could work to Thornwood's advantage because it's not something you normally do defensively, so you make a mistake.
One guy is saying, hey, who do I defend here? Now Gray back, both shoes on, hangs, shoots, no on the 3. Rebound Wallowitz.
Probably wanted a little better shot than that with 1.5 minutes to go.
Poked away, stolen by Allison, and he takes it in and scores. The steal and the score, Jeremy Allison.
Great individual effort on that. Just picked his pocket.
We're tied again. Tied for the 2nd time in this quarter. And Glenbrook looking like they're going to go for the last shot, but Thornwood's going to press it defensively.
You know, Thornwood does a very good job defensively shutting down lanes to the basket. Glenbrook North is not a team that does that really likes to dribble drive a great deal. They're much better passing, screening, and finding the opening that way.
Shire showing good presence there. He thought he had a lane, then was able to get back out when he saw the baseline was shut off. 10 seconds to go now for the quarter. A 30-30 tie. And it won't go for Shire. And we've got 1 quarter of basketball to go. And it's dead even after 3 quarters. We're tied 30-30 as we hear from your local stations. We've been jamming on the court and off the court as well as we've got 1 quarter to go in a dead 30-30 tie. In that 3rd quarter, Bill, Glenbrook North, who shot well in the first half, held to 4 for 12 shooting.
Yeah, Thornwood really, they didn't do anything else, anything different defensively. They just ratcheted up their intensity a little bit.
Final quarter is underway. The winner meets Peoria Central tonight. The entry pass denied by Nelson. Here come the Thunderbirds, and with it is Allison. Gray down the lane, dishes off. Following is Miss Nelson. He's got 10, all in the second half.
Well, Martell Nelson has just been a beast on the boards. They've got the ball to him on those little penetration passes, but he stayed with it.
Shire misses, and the Thunderbirds on the break again. Gray spreading them out. Leaves it now for Nelson. Stolen away from Allison by Shire. He's got 1 man to beat and can't finish the play.
Just a tough break. Had a shot there. Just didn't go up strong with it. Now, if you're Thornwood, you want to come down here and just get into your offense. You want a good possession. You got a lead. You want to make sure that the shot that goes up is the one you want.
Gray, a little high step move. Nope. He carried the basketball and a turnover.
Well, so much for the good possession.
The same things you used to say on the bench to yourself too, right?
I didn't say them quite that way, Tom.
Yeah. A little more colorful, I'm sure. 2-point Thornwood lead. Spartans of Glenbrook North with the basketball. This has been a dandy from the start.
Very much a chess match.
And Shire's fouled, a blocking foul down low. Let's take a look at the numbers through the first 3 quarters in this basketball game. And after 3, the shooting cooled off for Glenbrook North. Thornwood about the same pace. Thornwood more at the free throw line, and Glenbrook has done well from outside the arc. The rebounds, a 2-rebound edge for Thornwood.
You know, statistically about as evenly matched as the score.
Sam Horlick got the loose ball and gets his first 2 of the game, and that's one of the things he's supposed to do in his role with the Spartans.
You know, he just came in there and used his hips to create space underneath the basket.
32 all. Loose ball scooped up nicely by Eric Gray. On the move from the right wing, Maurice Montgomery, and he was fouled, and the blocking foul called against the Spartans. And this one's going to be on Horlick, who gets his first. And that's going to be number 4 of the second half for the Spartans. Inside the hanger goes Martrell Nelson with 12 points in the second half.
Just a quick crossover dribble, and then he did a great job of avoiding the help side defender that came up to try to draw a charge.
Again, the Thunderbirds a 2-point lead, just under 6 minutes left for the game. And head coach Dave Weber wants a timeout to talk it over for the Spartans. This IHSA broadcast is brought to you by Country Insurance and Financial Services. Real people, real answers, real quick. A 2-point lead for the Thunderbirds. This one's gone back and forth, and indeed, that 4-point play at the end of the second quarter has not only kept Thornwood in the game, but given them a chance now to go back and forth with the seesaw lead.
Well, plus they scored on their first possession of the third quarter as well. So it was a 6-point swing.
John Shire. When's the last time you saw a freshman lead a team so well?
You know, it's been quite a while.
Shire missing the 3.
The thing about playing a freshman is usually they're physically not ready, and mentally their understanding of the game usually is not there.
Big spin for Nelson, but it won't go. He was fouled before he took the shot. And the foul charged to Horlick, who gets his second, number 5 of the half for Glenbrook North.
You know, he's a big boy, but he is very, very good with the ball, even on the perimeter.
Coming up, shooting off the inbounds play, Allison. It won't get the kind bounce, and it's tipped into the hands of Sean Emmerich.
Glenbrook North bit the bullet there. There was 3 or 4 yellow shirts all on the glass. It just took a higher bounce than they thought.
Emmerich missed the 3, and bodies hitting the floor. As inside it was Horlick along with Nelson hitting the deck. The foul is on Maurice Montgomery. He picks up his first. That's 5 now in this half for Thornwood. Azaria off that familiar inbounds play, but couldn't get an advantage. Azaria has been very quiet this half, too. Good job by Thornwood's defense. Shire missing another one from outside. He's now 4 of 16 from the field.
The last 3 or 4 looks have been good. They've just rimmed and gone out. Glenbrook North has got to just keep their patience offensively.
Thornwood with the ball and a 2-point lead. Nelson.
Thornwood, they're going to just try to get into an offensive set, spread the court, and look for lanes.
Maurice Montgomery has not scored this half. About 6 points under his average right now. His dish pass deflected and picked up by Emmerich. He went up and looked at it like he had a good look at the basket and tried to force the pass in the lane.
You know, sometimes you'll leave your feet and you want to get everyone involved. You just take a bad chance sometimes.
Emmerich, another 3. That's his 3rd of the ball game, 28th of the year, and it's a 1-point lead for Glenbrook North.
Well, you know, Thornwood's done a great job in his area, and Schuyler and Emmerich has made them pay in the second half.
That's not bad, coming back after being sidelined most of the first half with a bad ankle. Montgomery puts his head down, tried to dish it off down low, got it inside, and in scoring, Montrell Nelson. He's carried the load for them in the second half with 14.
You know, it sounds like a simple thing, but catching that ball in that kind of a crowd is not an easy thing to do, and then being able to finish it is huge.
Shire comes up shooting, missed badly, got it back. Missed again, then he collides inside, and the foul's going to be on Shire, and drawing that foul was Montgomery.
You know what he did on that first shot? He floated. He didn't put both feet down and go straight up on the jump shot. He leaned, he floated, shot went wide right, then just made probably a freshman mistake, Tom, on that second shot.
The next foul for Glenbrook North puts Thornwood into the bonus. Thornwood still has 1 foul to give. Just over 3 minutes, 4th quarter. The winner plays for the state championship against the hometown Peoria Central Lions. The loser will meet Evanston in the battle for 3rd place. That'll be coming your way at 6:30 tonight from Carver Arena. Allison threw it behind Gray. He's able to save it, and it's deflected right towards us, out of bounds, off of Shire's hands, and it'll stay Thornwood basketball. But I was ready, Coach.
I would have saved you, Tom. Quick hands.
2:43 remaining. This has been a very good, entertaining basketball game. Well coached, and especially when you consider Bob Curran started preseason drills as the sophomore coach at Thornwood.
You know, that's a whole story in itself.
The 3 long for Allison, and the rebound, another one for Shire. He just got his 8th of the game.
We'll see what kind of a look they get.
Inside Azarian. Got it to go, got the kind roll. He's got a great touch. His first points of the second half, and he's got 12.
Well, with the lead, Glenbrook North, it just gives them an advantage defensively in a game like this because they don't have to be quite as aggressive on the perimeter.
Under 2 minutes and a 1-point lead for the Spartans. Spinning inside, Montgomery got it down low. The follow, no good, but Nelson is fouled.
You know, that's a tough matchup for Horlick. Montgomery is so quick off the dribble. He gets in, he's got that great spin. That time Glenbrook North did a much better job rotating to Martell underneath, but he's just so strong. He establishes position, goes back with the shot.
Nelson came to the line 2 for 4 in the game, and he hits that one. He has 15 of Thornwood's 37 points, and they've all come in the second half. Second one rims off, and it's a tie game at 37. Somehow, I'm not surprised.
No, it'll be interesting to see how much clock they run off before they look for a timeout.
Under a minute and a half. Now down to a minute 15. Emmerich works it out front. Very patient Glenbrook North team. Emmerich back out front, collision away from the ball. That between Shire and Gray, they both wind up sliding on the deck. And the foul is going to be on Gray, his fourth.
There was a lot of contact on a screen just before that. They're trying to rub Shire off those low screens. Just a lot of contact.
And it is a 1 and bonus. And a timeout is called. Thornwood calls a timeout, 53.8 seconds remaining. We're deadlocked at 37. We hear from your network sponsors. This copyrighted broadcast is presented for the exclusive entertainment and non-commercial use of our audience. Any reproduction, rebroadcast, or other use of this program without the express written consent of the Illinois High School Association and cost broadcast sales is strictly prohibited. Let's reset the game. Both teams with 2 full timeouts left. Both teams have put the opposition into the bonus. And the possession arrow right now favors Thornwood. The free throw good for Shire, his first of the game. He's an 81% free throw shooter, and he has hit a lot of big free throws for this team down the stretch of this season. He got them both.
Now, can you play defense with your feet without fouling? That's the question Glenbrook North and Dave Weber need to answer.
A 2-point Spartan lead. Allison takes it to the hoop. Too strong. Rebound, Eric Walowitz. And he is fouled in the backcourt.
Jeremy Allison did everything right on that play. Got a step, went to the basket, tried to draw a foul, just didn't finish. These free throws, obviously, Tom, are very big. There's no way Thornwood is not in the game, even if he makes them both. You have 2 timeouts left. You have plenty of time to come down and get 2 shots.
They picked the right guy to shoot. Walowitz, 56% from the free throw line. You can see him rehearse his motion. Is a chance here for a 4-point lead, and he missed it. And here comes Thornwood down by 2. Muscling inside Montgomery. Offensive rebound, Nelson. Allison, 27 seconds. Montgomery stops, shoots, can't score. Big rebound, Walowitz. And he's fouled again to put him at the line for a 1 and bonus once again.
You know, you got to feel for Thornwood in that situation. They did absolutely what you want them to do. Attack the basket, try to draw a foul. Maurice Montgomery goes strong, has a dead blank look, doesn't get it. It just...
I mean, he was square to the basket and everything. That was a high percentage shot that just wouldn't go. We will keep it here as we have a timeout with 20.2 seconds remaining. Thornwood called the timeout. They trailed by 2. And a chance for Glenbrook North to take a 4-point lead, but needing 2 free throws from Eric Wallowitz. Let's take you right now into the Thunderbird huddle.
This is what we're doing. This is what we're doing. Reese should come back and get the ball. We're going to bring it like we would right when we used to down the sideline. Okay, down the sideline. Double screen for this guy right here. And then slip. You need a second screen. Double screen and second.
Knock these 2 in. Let's get a stop, and it's our game. Come on, all right? Let's go. 1, 2, 3, smart.
Well, there is another game for both these teams, but a whale of difference in meaning between the battle for the state championship and the consolation game. Both come your way tonight.
If you're Bob Curran in that huddle, you're doing 2 things. You've got to tell them what to do if he makes those shots. You have to have a plan if he misses them. And the plans are obviously not going to be the same. So you need to be focused and direct. If he makes them, you've got to come down quickly, get a look at the basket. If you make it, you have to be in some kind of a press to try to deny the inbounds, and if the ball comes in and you don't steal it, you got to foul right away. If he misses it, you want to go down there and get a good look, and you want to take the ball to the basket. They're gonna eventually drop. They're good shooters. They're good going to the basket.
Wallowitz, his 2nd free throw attempt of the game, and he missed another one. 18 seconds to go. Montgomery. Now Gray, defended by Shire. Gray, the long 3, he hit it! With 7.1 seconds to go, a 1-point lead for Thornwood, an NBA 3 for Eric Gray.
Big time shot. You know, he's been frustrated the whole game offensively. He just takes the ball down, squares himself up, and says, watch this, I'm going to win this game for us, and drills it. You know, Eric Gray is the kind of player, he's got to have the ball late in the game.
Eric Gray, who after had scored 30 and 26, was held to 11 by Downers yesterday. He has just 6 today, but that was a huge 3-pointer.
Well, now, what is Glenbrook North going to do? They've got to get the ball up the court. You know it's got to touch Shire and Azaria. If you're Thornwood, you are going to make them fight their way up the court. That you cannot give them easy steps into the front court. You have to put pressure on the back court. You may not go for the steal. You don't necessarily need the steal, but you need to make sure that that ball comes in bounds in front of you and that they have to work to advance it. We'll probably look for some kind of Glenbrook North staggered screen. They have 1 timeout left. Thornwood does as well. Wouldn't surprise me to see the ball being inbounded deep to the center line by Glenbrook North and then a timeout.
Or perhaps even before they put it in bounds, just to look what the setup is, too. There's a couple of ways you can look at it.
Absolutely, and of course, Thornwood's got to be careful with 9 fouls. You don't want to foul them and give them a 2-shot attempt to win the ball game at the line.
Exactly. The next foul would be, as Bill had said, would be a 2-shot attempt. And it's a 1-point game. It's inbounded backcourt to Emmerich. Emmerich to the front court alongside Allison. Emmerich driving, shot short, and it's out of bounds. Who's basketball with 0.6 of a second to go. And a timeout, Thornwood. The Spartans have 1 more chance.
They're pointing to Glenbrook North. They have the ball with 0.6 seconds. They've got to get the ball in, obviously, in the paint. You're Thornwood, you have to defend the paint to make sure it's not one of those quick little tip putbacks. Glenbrook North has shown us on several out of bounds that they have a number of little wrinkles that they run. It would not surprise me at all if we see a little high pass to Azaria for a little tip back to the basket.
We saw that play work so well in the first half, where they stack those 3 defenders. He works off the high screen and has usually an uncontested shot.
Right.
But I guarantee you, Bob Curran. Let's go now into the huddle.
Get away. There's 0.6 seconds. You gotta love it. We can get this now.
the work, all the practice, all the sweat, and it comes down to 0.6 of a second.
Well, you could just barely hear Dave Weber say, we've got to lob it. Bob Curran has put Cordell Liggins, one of the bigger players, in to just clog the middle up.
There's a problem with the clock. You see it shows 0.0. They got to reset it. 0.6 of a second. And it all comes down to this. Emmerich will inbound it. Shire misses, and the Thunderbirds win.
You know what a shame. Anyone had to lose this ball game today. You couldn't have drawn that play up any better than Dave Weber did.
What a basketball game. Take a look again at what turned out to be the game winner for Eric Gray. That's an NBA three, folks.
You know what, Tom? I think NBA and then some.
Unbelievable. But then Thornwood had to hold off two gallant efforts in the last 7.1 seconds to pull off a stunning victory, a one-point victory. Thornwood has a chance to finish that unfinished business from a couple of years ago.
Yeah, I think they're going to give Peoria Central, I believe, a very good game. Match up real well with them.
All right, Lee Hall's got Coach Bob.
All right, guys, thanks a lot. Well, Coach, another ho-hum finish for Thornwood.
Yeah, like I said yesterday, better lucky than good sometimes. That was a great team that we played, and they make it work for every possession, and defensively they did a nice job stopping us and other teams, so we're just lucky and fortunate to get out of here with this one.
Tell me about the last second shot by Eric Gray.
He's hit a lot of those. You know, we tried to run a double screen for him, and they covered that up pretty well, and he's got that little left-handed pullback hesitation that he pulls up on, so that's a good shot for him.
Now, your wife is due. She's going to have a baby in about 2 weeks, and you're putting her through this kind of agony, these last-second finishes.
Actually,
are you worrying about that? I mean, we don't want to have delivery here, for goodness sake.
Actually, at the end of February, she was in the hospital and pre-labor, and they had to stop the contractions and that, so this has just been a crazy year. So,
congratulations. Good luck tonight. All right, Bob Curran. Where's our player of the game? Martell Nelson, our Country Insurance player of the game. We're going to talk to the guy that hit the game winner in just a second. Talk about this game. Another hard-fought victory goes down to the last second.
Yeah, it was hard. It's hard playing all the teams downstate. I'm just happy to be here. It's my first year downstate. I'm just happy to be here.
How are you guys able to pull this one out?
Our leader, Eric Gray.
Eric Gray, come here. Tell me about that last-second shot.
Man, I had to hit one of them, and that was the right opportunity. Coach told him to run a double screen for me, and if the three wasn't there, I was going to drive, but the three was there. I hesitated a little bit and just hit the shot.
Maurice Montgomery did it last night. You did it today. You guys must have ice water flowing through your veins. You guys are just cool in the clutch.
Man, we went through a lot of clutch games in the season, and we learned from that. We learned how to win in the end, and that's a thing you're gonna have to do down here. And our season helped that out. Helped that out a lot.
All right, guys, good luck playing for a state championship tonight. Good luck to you. Tom, back to you.
All right, Lee, thank you very much. And indeed, the amazing story for the Thornwood Thunderbirds takes another exciting chapter, another turn tonight as they play Peoria Central for the championship. Just goes to show, you never know.
No, you don't. And you know what? If they played that game for another 8 minutes, who knows who would be ahead. Two evenly matched teams. Thornwood obviously deserved the victory. They hung in there when they could have folded.
All right, that's it for Bill and I. We'll be with you in the consolation game at 6:30. We got the slam dunk contest coming up. Let's hear now from your local stations.
And welcome back to Carver Arena in downtown Peoria. Thornwood advancing to the state championship game with the exciting 40-39 win over Glenbrook North. They take on Peoria High School, the Central Lions, tonight at about 8:15 here on the IHSA TV network. Our slam dunk contest coming up now. Demetrius Evans from Von Steuben, Brandon Murphy from Charleston, Chris Hobson from Blue Island Eisenhower, and Jonathan Phillips from South Shore in Chicago. First up, Demetrius Evans. And away we go. 6'5", 195 junior. His team lost to Peoria Central in yesterday's quarterfinals. And there, I asked him, I said, what's your specialty? What are we going to see from you between the legs? And that was it. 45 seconds. You can get down as many dunks as you can in that amount of time. You have to get down 2 to get a score, and he's well on his way to that. Connie and Henry, Demetrius's parents, watching with pride today. Demetrius all public league for the Panthers. Oh, an impressive jam there to finish it off. Demetrius Evans of Chicago Von Steuben getting applause from his fellow competitors. Nice job by number 1. 48 for Demetrius Evans. Outstanding job. 48 points. He had 40 in the prelims on Thursday, and they went to dunk off, and he had 32 points then. Now we go to Brandon Murphy, Charleston Trojans, 6 feet 175. This is the kind of guy you want your son to grow up to be, or you want your daughter to marry, I'm telling you. I don't know if I have enough time in 45 seconds to get it all in. All conference as a junior in baseball. In football as a senior. He was a quarterback. School record for passing yards in a game. Basketball all conference, I should say. Football as a senior. Baseball all conference junior and senior year. Pitcher going to U of I on a scholarship. Academic All-State. I could go on and on. GPA 5.28. Patty and Brian Murphy, his parents, extremely proud as they should be, and a nice job by 6-footer Brandon Murphy. I'm 6'2", and I can't do that. Never could. Very impressive. 35 for Brandon Murphy. So Demetrius Evans of Von Steuben still in the lead. This is Chris Hobson, excuse me. Blue Island Eisenhower, the Cardinals. Nate Beebe, his coach. A little windmill action there, goes way into the front row. And that one-hander goes down. Chris's parents, Lynette and John. He had 40 points in the prelims, 42 in the dunk-off. That little spinner miss. He got 20 seconds to go here to get down some more here for the judges. 2-time all-area, all-conference. School record for Chris. Most points in a game in Blue Island school history with 47. He is the school's all-time leading scorer. He's got 3 seconds left. And didn't get it down. He advanced to the 3rd round of the 3-point shootout a year ago and makes it here in the dunk contest. He is a well-rounded basketball player. Chris Hobson, 39 points. And our final contestant, Jonathan Phillips. He was kind of a last-second entry on Thursday. South Shore Tars, 6'4", 195, left-hander. Boy, he lifted off from well outside the lane there, too. And a two-handed reverse for Jonathan Phillips. His mother's Janice. His father, John, passed away last year, but wanted to remember him. I got that one. 43 points to lead in the prelims on Thursday when Mill doesn't go. South Shore 18-7 this year. They were the Blue East Conference champs, lost in the sectional to Robeson. Jonathan, all conference, all sectional, and named to the Public League All-Star game on April 11th. He's gonna have to take off time from his baseball career. He grew up in Chicago, moved to Florida. He's back now. He'll play center field for South Shore in baseball. And 40 for Jonathan Phillips. So congratulations to all 4 of our contestants. Chris Hobson of Blue Island Eisenhower, Jonathan Phillips of South Shore, Brandon Murphy of Charleston, but our winner is Demetrius Evans of Chicago Von Steuben. A disappointment for him yesterday, but he wins the dunk contest today with an impressive score of 48. I don't know that I've seen a score of 48 in the dunk contest. Had a 50 before, we're told. It doesn't happen very often, though, I'll tell you that. We've got the King of the Hill dunk-off coming off tonight here on the IHSA TV network, so join us for that. Third place game gets underway at 6:30. Demetrius Evans, boy, there's not much to say. I mean, you just, you know, go out there and do it. You said between the legs was your dunk, and I don't think you missed one, did you?
No, I don't think so. I just kind of worked on that dunk a couple of times in practice, maybe landed it about 3 times. Just try to go out there and create some new stuff.
Did it help you to go early, you think, and kind of set the tone?
Yeah, I think it helped a lot, because after that I was a little nervous about doing that dunk. After that, it calmed me down a little bit.
Tell me about being here, and here comes your coach, Vince Carter. Disappointment yesterday, losing in the first round. You come back today. Boy, you handled it real well, though.
Yeah, I just feel like came all the way up here. I couldn't leave without some kind of something to take home.
Yeah. Tell me about your guys' year. I mean, it was kind of it was a strange year for you. I mean, you lose in the public league playoffs. Most years, you'd have been done. You come back, you go through regional sectionals, win it, and get down here. You have to be. I know it's disappointing now, but when you look back on it, it has to be pretty rewarding.
Yeah, we came over a lot of humps, and a lot of bad chemistry between the team, but I think we got it together pretty good.
All right, Demetrius Evans of Von Steuben. We will see you tonight in the King of the Hill contest, my friend.
Thanks.
All right, congratulations.
All right, thanks.
All right, everybody up in Von Steuben neighborhood. Very proud of him, and congratulations to Demetrius Evans. He will take on Ryan Blankenbaker of Casey Westfield tonight in our King of the Hill dunk-off. We hope to see you then. Third place action coming your way on the IHSA TV network. That kicks off at 6:30 right here from downtown Peoria at Carver Arena. That will be Evanston against Glenbrook North. That is followed by our state championship game. The home team, Peoria Central Lions, taking on Thornwood, who's pulled off a couple of miracles. Can they do it again tonight? We'll find out tonight. 6:30 tonight from Peoria. We'll see you then.